Swaddy Krap and welcome to Phuket Extra. We'll see a bit more of Siam Niramit as we start our series What to Do with Guests When They Visit You During High Season later, but first to today's main news. A teenage security guard has been praised for his honesty after he handed in 400,000 baht cash he found in the men's toilets at the Tesco Lotus in Samkong. 19-year-old Netapong Rittidek had just started his job on Monday. The owner of the cash gave Netapong 3,000 baht for his trouble. As the investigation into the death of Aussie biker gang member Wayne Schneider continues, police have arrested American Tyler Gerard at a checkpoint trying to enter Cambodia. Main suspect 26-year-old Antonio Bagnato is said to have fled Thailand, but his Thai wife, who rented the pickup used in the kidnap, is in custody. Schneider was beaten unconscious at his rented villa in Pattaya and driven away in the back of a Toyota Vigo, without the gang knowing the hired vehicle was fitted with a GPS. Police traced the route taken by the hired vehicle from GPS records, and when the record showed the vehicle had stopped in wasteland for 2 hours, officers knew where to dig. Some local enthusiasts of the Surin Beach beach clubs and restaurants are planning a protest now that a deadline has been made to demolish the popular row of buildings on the east side of the foreshore road. The angry customers say that the beach clubs are now part of the tourist landscape in Phuket and attract a lot of high-end tourists to the area. Surin Beach hotels are also speaking to the Chungtale Auberjour about the fallout from the demolition that attracts thousands to the beach every day, especially the high-season tourists making their bookings before the announcement to remove the buildings. Coming up next, some more tuk-tuks for Bangkok streets because they don't have enough, and the report is out on last year's Air Asia crash. Welcome back to Phuket Extra. The Supreme Court has vetoed former Premier Yingluck Shinawat's request to attend discussion with the European Parliament members, saying the reasons for taking the trip are weak. The European Parliament has invited Kun Yingluck to speak about the current situation in Thailand. The former PM is awaiting her trial over the government's failed rice pledging scheme. An extra 565 tuk-tuks will ply Bangkok streets next year as officials have opened registration for new tricycle taxis to tempt tourists. The Department of Land Transport opened registration yesterday for 565 wannabe tuk-tuk drivers to hit the roads next year in an effort to generate more tourism. There are currently 9,000 tuk-tuks in the capital. Indonesian investigators say a chronically faulty component and the crew's attempt to fix the problem were among the factors that contributed to the crash of an Air Asia A320 last year, killing all 162. The plane's flight control computer had a cracked solder joint that malfunctioned repeatedly, including 4 times during the flight and 23 times the previous year. The Airbus crashed less than halfway into a 2-hour flight from the Indonesian city of Surabaya to Singapore on December the 28th last year. And finally, in our series looking at things to take your holiday visitors to whilst they're visiting you here on the island, today we recommend Siam Niramit on the bypass road. There's pre-show exhibitions and things to see, an amazing international buffet, and then, of course, the spectacular show itself. If you want a 3-hour introduction into Thai culture, you couldn't do better than visit Siam Niramit. We'll come up with some other ideas for places to take those drop-ins on other programs coming up. Right, checking the weather and slowly settling into the high season weather patterns with light easterly winds over the island today and heading for a warm top of 32. The Weather Bureau still says there's a 50% chance of rain. Well, that's all we have time for on today's Phuket Extra. Thanks for all the good comments. We'll keep coming up with a program every day, and on the weekends we've got the Phuket Extra. See you tomorrow.
most authentic Indian cuisine has arrived to Bollywood Phuket Restaurant and Bar. Open 11 to 11 and closed Tuesdays. Go to bollywoodphuket.com.